All right, everybody, welcome back to Crossover Thursday, Locked on Giants, Locked on Bucs. The New York Giants host the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on Sunday, 1 o'clock. Yay, I love those 1 o'clock games.
Me
MetLife
too.
Stadium, MetLife Stadium. The return of Sterling Shepard, who is now with the Bucs, and of course Baker Mayfield is coming in. Mike Evans is coming in. This is a very good Bucs team that, despite the fact that they're stuck in a losing streak, they can snap out of it at any given time. And James, what are your keys to this weekend's game for the Bucs?
Yeah, well, and don't forget Ben Bredesen's coming back too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Ben
it'll be
Bredeson,
it'll
of
be a
course.
homecoming for him. For the Bucs in this one, to me, it's pretty simple. You attack DeVito from all angles. You give the ball to Bucky Irving, which is not someone we have talked about yet, and then create chaos. So with DeVito, this Bucs pass rush has been inconsistent at best. You have Yaya Diaby, you have Vita Vea, you have Levante David, Kalijah Cansey, Joe Tryon-Shoyinka has shown minor flashes. Chris Braswell has really stepped up each and every week and gotten progressively better. You have the opportunity to cause problems for DeVito, who is a guy that, as we've talked about, got sacked a lot last season when he was on the field. You have to be able to get back there and get him on the ground. Set the Giants up to have, be behind the sticks, have those long down and distance situations where then you can really pin your ears back and just send the house. A guy that I have on Locked on Bucs every week who works for the CBS affiliate down in Tampa said that they need to treat this game the same way they do when they play the Eagles, in the way that Todd Bowles attacks Jalen Hurts. And if there's anything that Todd Bowles does better than anyone, it's attack Jalen Hurts. Treat this the exact same way and really just set the tone from the jump. As far as the next one, give the ball to Bucky Irving. He has been the best pure running back for this team this year, the draft pick out of Oregon. The Buccaneers are one of two teams in the NFL to have two running backs with over 500 all-purpose yards and 4 touchdowns each. But Rashad has been more effective in the passing game. We need more carries out of Bucky Irving, control the tempo, control the clock, and that's going to start to open things up down the field. And then creating chaos. I've talked about it a lot on my show. The addition of Mike Edwards, Jamel Dean coming back. Now, all of a sudden, Antoine Winfield Jr. can go back to being that everything defensive weapon for Todd Bowles, where he's coming in on blitzes. He's baiting the quarterback into mistakes. He's able to play against the run. He's a little more free to roam around and do what he does best, and that is create takeaways. So in addition to the pass rush and the pressure, now all of a sudden you have a guy roaming back there that can create takeaways and just really mess with DeVito's rhythm, mess with his timing, mess with everything. But that's how the Bucs are going to get a road victory that they have to have every week now. Is a must win for the Bucs if they're going to stay in contention for the NFC South. That's how they're going to get it done.
Boy, I wish I were talking about the Giants staying in contention for the NFC East. It's been so long. It really has. But look, let's start one game at a time. Obviously, the Giants, coming off the shockwave of the quarterback change, I look for the Giants to start this game. I mentioned earlier in the show how the Bucs have had a shaky defense, both pass defense because of their injuries, and their run defense hasn't been exactly, lighting the world on fire, nor has the Giants for that matter. But we're talking Giants here. So that being said, if I'm the Giants, I maybe try and loosen things up a little bit, get into a rhythm with the running game. Tyrone Tracy, the rookie, has been absolutely, a godsend for this team. I'm not saying that he's Saquon Jr. or on the same level as Saquon Barkley, but Tyrone Tracy, for a 5th-round draft pick, good vision, good quickness, moves the pile, has done a really good job. I think he's had 3 100 rushing yard games. Let the running game set the tone here. That'll give DeVito maybe, allow DeVito to get into a rhythm, just kind of, get a feel for the offense and how the defense is playing them. And then from there, you can start to open things up. You're going to have Malik Neighbors, who is probably going to go against, I would think, Dean, if he's healthy. I think he's your number 1 cornerback. So, get Malik Neighbors on some one-on-one deep shots. Wan'Dale Robinson, have him working underneath like he always does. And I think you're also going to see Jalen Hyatt, a guy who we didn't really see a whole lot of the first 10 games. Well, actually, I take that back. The first 9 games, we saw more of him in week 10 because Darius Slayton was injured. Darius Slayton is expected to be back. He was in the concussion protocol. Actually, he still is, but he's in the final stages. But I think you're going to see him potentially get some more reps and some more targets than what we have seen in the past. And then defensively, the Giants are getting back Kayvon Thibodeau, or at least they will be. Kayvon Thibodeau felt good. He told us today he feels good coming off, his wrist injury that he had, the surgery, and he expects to be back. So now the Giants have all of a sudden 3 productive pass rushers in their lineup, in Thibodeau, Brian Burns, and Azeez Ojulari, who's been a nice little surprise for them. So it'll be fun to see how defensive coordinator Shane Bowen mixes those guys together to get pressure on Baker Mayfield, because like any other quarterback, you pressure him, he's going to make a mistake. And the Giants need turnovers. They haven't had a whole lot of those. They are at a negative right now in the turnover ratio. They got to turn that negative into a plus.
Yeah, and Tristan Wirfs left the game against the 49ers with that knee injury. He was limited on Wednesday, but I believe Todd Bowles said that he was trending to be a game time decision. If Justin School is the starting left tackle, and now all of a sudden you have Kayvon Thibodeau coming back, that could create some problems. Justin School struggled a lot when Luke Gedeke went down earlier in the year, and he was playing on the right side. So now that opens up an opportunity for sure for the New York Giants and my wife's favorite NFL player, Kayvon Thibodeau, to cause some damage in the backfield for the Buccaneers. So it'll be, and then of course familiar face Brian Burns. The Bucs dealt with him time and time and time again. The last time he played the Bucs, though, he threw a punch and got ejected from the game. So might have to watch that temper a little bit this time around.
I think he'll be fine.